As I go through my top 10 virtues, I will explain to you all why I think it's good to practice all these virtues, but how these virtues can hide things. And of course, I have to do it using something I love, lipstick.
Love. With everything going on in the world, people are always trying to spread love. We don't always realize the impact spreading love makes. We don't always realize that all we need to get through is love. 1 Corinthians 13:3. But if I did not love others, I would have gained nothing. This type of love isn't romantic. This love is built up of so much more. Hate. The truth is, we spread love to hide hate, whether this hate is from others or from within ourselves. Love is stronger than hate, but just because there's so much love around the world doesn't mean there isn't hate. This is why love is so important.
To me, when people put in effort, it shows how much they truly care. To me, effort isn't about being perfect at a thing or talented. It's showing what you're willing to do for someone or something. Without effort, things would be plain and boring. And although sometimes it's hard to put in effort, in the end, it's worth it. Failure. To fail is one of my biggest fears. But if I put in effort, then failures just seem like another life lesson to learn from. Effort can be the difference between success or failure. Effort is like a cushion for failure. With God, all things are possible. Faith isn't the same thing as religion. Faith is all around. It's just a matter if you choose to see it or not. Faith gives me a sense of home. Faith is the foundation to build life on. Faith is what gets you through hard times. Lost. My favorite quote is, "Not all who wander are lost." In the hardest of times, when I don't know who to trust or what to do and I start to feel lost, faith comes and fixes that, so I'm not. Passion. Passion is the reason we get up in the morning. Passion is the reason we try so hard. Passion is the reason for everything. Passion drives us to work hard and give it our all. When people are passionate about something, it doesn't matter how long it takes, how hard things get, because when there is a true passion to do something, nothing can stop you. Disengage. If we show our passion, it makes people think we have it all together, that we're never disengaged or confused about life. Being seen as disengaged can give people the wrong impression of you. One of the most important things in life is family. Not just family by blood, but the people who are always there for you, who make you feel important. Family is what motivates me to work my hardest. Alone. Being alone is probably one of the worst things ever. I don't mean physically alone, but emotionally alone. Being a part of a family means that you're not alone. Having family around you can hide that fear of being alone. Respect. Respect is something you should show everyone. Just because you don't like someone doesn't mean you shouldn't respect them. The definition of respect is a feeling of deep admiration for someone or something based on their abilities, qualities, or achievements. Other people work just as hard as you, even if it doesn't always look like it. You never know what is going on in someone else's life, so the least you could do is show them some respect. And if others don't respect you back, well, you just have to treat others the way you want to be treated. Rude. I know I personally don't want to come off as rude to others, so I use respect to hide any rudeness. It's kind of like when an adult is being rude to you, but you just nod your head and say okay in the most politeful, respectful voice you can. Risk. In business, you always hear, the higher the risk, the higher the reward. Taking risk is something I need to do more often. Risking something is scary, but the reward is worth it. Lame. In middle school, and probably still to this day, I was always the good girl, that she doesn't want to come because she won't do that. So I started taking risks. Not huge risks, just enough to show others that I wasn't lame. It seems silly, but I do use risks to hide feeling lame. Honest. The truth will set you free. Being honest is something that can be hard to do, but in the long run, it's the best thing to do. Sometimes avoiding the truth can be just as bad as lying. Think of honesty like when you put water in your hands. For a second, all water stays, but slowly, the water leaks between your fingers. The truth always comes out, so it's better to just be honest. Guilt. Now, being honest is good and all, but personally, I try to be honest because guilt arises in me. When I was young,
adults always thought it was great when I told them the truth, but honestly, I just couldn't handle the guilt. Courage is what gives me the strength to do things. I would have never ran for sophomore vice president without courage. I would have never ran for junior class secretary without courage. And I sure would not have ran for student body president without courage. It's not always about succeeding in life, but showing that you had the courage to do something. Self-doubt. After the election this year, people would tell me they would have never had the courage to run. The truth is, I almost didn't. I started self-doubting myself, and not just about running for student president, but about other things. When I show courage, it hides my self-doubt. At least it hides it from others.
Attitude. Having a good attitude takes people places because no one wants to work with someone who's always negative or brings them down. Having a good attitude changes how people see you, which can open doors for you. Having a good attitude affects more than just you, but affects everyone around you. Sad. However, sometimes we put these good attitudes on to hide our true feelings. I know I try to have a good attitude so people can't tell when I'm sad, angry, or just having a bad day.
Now you all know what my top 10 virtues are, but at the end of the day, the hidden reasons behind them don't really matter because they're hidden and no one can see them.